Good morning. We're all checked out of the Frisco Lodge, heading back to the middle of town. We're gonna get one last breakfast, and then we'll be figuring our way for getting back to trail. Well, unfortunately, the cafe's closed today. Closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. So just next door at the little Black Gold gas station place. Just got some snacks here, and this will be breakfast. Well, we're done filling up on some breakfast snacks. Now we're posted up on the edge of town here. We'll try hitching for a bit and see what happens. So I'll just check back a little bit later. All right, we made it back to the trailhead. We are gonna be starting right here is where the Pytown alternate starts. So we were waiting at the edge of town for about 30 minutes or so, got the first hitch. They were able to take us up to Apache Creek, and then we were there for just a minute or less, and then another car pulled in and was able to pick us up and got us here to the trailhead. So we're starting a little after 9 o'clock, I think, so timing-wise, we're still doing great. Again, I loved the town of Reserve. Great little stop-in, highly recommended. So now we're just gonna see how far we can go today, and I think it's like 40 miles total on the Pytown alternate to get us to Pytown. So let's get this started. Well, I think this is what the terrain's gonna look like pretty much the whole alternate, just following these dirt roads the whole way. Haven't really got a good clear view of it yet, but just over the trees, the ridge right in front of us, there's a layer of smoke. Hope it's not like a wildfire burning, but maybe just another controlled burn or something just up ahead. There might be a point where we get a better view of it. We're 4.5 miles in. This is the first water source. Little cow pond. Looks okay. Looks fresh. And I think the next water source from here is about 6 miles, 5.5 miles, something like that. There's like a little campgrounds. There's supposed to be water cached there. And you're not supposed to rely on a water cache. I don't think there's much water, but I think we're going to be relying on it. Water this whole next stretch is going to be pretty scarce. Back on trail. I think the next stop is going to be about 5.5 miles ahead. There should be a campground so we can chill out for a little bit. Should be a water cache there. And we got a big fat adult horned toad. Well, we're about 3 miles or so from the campgrounds we're aiming for. Still on a dirt road. Rocky at times. Little ups and downs. Definitely gaining some altitude. I think at some point today we hit a kind of a hilltop where there's a fire tower or something. We'll see if we can check that out later at some point whenever we hit it. There's a nice opening for a little field right here. We're getting a little better view of the smoke in the distance. Seems like we've definitely been getting closer and closer to it, but it's always kind of looks like it's just over the next hill. I don't know what Slaughter Mesa is, but I feel like we need to go there. Made it to the campground. Valle Tio Vince's campground. Rumor has it there's a well-supplied water cache here. We're not 100% relying on it, but it would be nice kind of thing. Picnic tables, this is definitely gonna be our lunch break. Looks like bathroom facilities. Don't really see anybody else around at the moment though. All right, we're having a nice lunch at a picnic table. I got beef jerky, got pepperoni. I got a whole bunch of crushed Frito things and some water still. We haven't seen a water cache up in this area, so that's fine. None of us are water critical or anything, and I think there's water again in the next, I don't know, 5 miles or so at the most. But we're definitely enjoying a nice break here. We'll be back on trail after a bit. We're done with our lunch break, getting back to the trail. Right ahead there is the Mangus Mountain, and just at the top, probably can't see in the camera there, but There's a little lookout fire tower type thing. That'll be just on trail, so that'll be the next destination. All uphill from here. I think we found our water source. This little thing must be the water cache. Well, it's just a little further up the road.
Text for assistance. I guess if it's empty, you can probably text Jetta.
How's it look?
Lots.
Sweet. Okay, we'll top up here. Just need a little bit to get us further. And we're just now leaving the water cache. Definitely looks like we're kind of close to wherever this smoke is billowing from. May have a decent view of it as we get higher up the mountain here. But 3.5 miles, we'll be up to where the lookout's at. There's the top of the mountain. You can see the fire tower up there. Mangus Mountain, Mangus Fire Tower. We still got like at least 1.5 miles, I think. It kind of feels like a long uphill slog. Man, there's something about an uphill slog for miles and miles. 3.5 miles doesn't sound like long, and it's not that steep. But this is just kind of ridiculous. Plus, we're way over 9,000 feet at this point. I'm 100% exhausted. Starting to get a little bit of better view of the fire out there. And from here, it looks more like a forest fire than a controlled burn. Alright, we reached the high point for the day. There's not a direct route to get up to the fire tower. It's kind of up there. I guess you can scramble and make your way through the fencing, but I don't think we need to do that really. But there's snow up here. First snow we've seen on trail so far. Just a little trace of it. We're done with our break. One final push, 3.5 miles to a pond, which will be our water source. There's some more snow. And then after the pond, we'll be looking for basically anywhere to set up camp right after. All downhill. Should be nice and cruisy. If you guys can hear kind of the chirping, clicking sound, I don't know what else to describe it. Those are all hummingbirds. And they're getting into these bushes. I'm trying to get nectar out of the little flowers on here. I'll see if I can capture one on film, but they're flying all over this area. You can hear that chirpy sound in the background. I guess we're only going to have that one view of where the fire was coming from. And a little bit rocky on the descent on down. Well, this rocky dirt road is now just rocky enough to be beating the heck out of my feet. Oh, getting all sore. Ooh, beating up my ankles. I think we only got like 1 mile left or so from here. So not much further till we hit the last water source for the day. I feel like this trail just keeps slowly getting rockier and rockier the further down we go. Made it down to the pond water source. It's a little scummy, but it's not too bad. There's some large tadpoles in there swimming around, so probably healthy. We're gonna load up here, and then first opportune flat spot will be home for the night. And here's our camp. We're only about 1/4 mile away from where that pond was at. Trying to find a nice little flat area that's free of some rocks is a little bit of a challenge, which is why we're all clustered in right next to each other. But I think this will work. So next mission's gonna be dinner. Well, we're starting to get into our dinner. I've got a little ramen cup there warming up. I got tons of food here. I got some like tuna and crackers things, and I got extra Pop-Tarts and some more of these crushed up chips. I got plenty of stuff for this stretch. Well, I think that's about it for tonight. We're all ready for bed. Today was relatively easy-ish, just following some road walking. A steep hill to climb, and lots of rocks to go over, but you can still move at 3+ miles an hour, so that's not too bad. I think tomorrow we're doing about 20 miles is what we're going to attempt, and passing through the Davila Ranch, so we'll get to check that place out. Heard it's pretty cool, pretty hiker friendly, a good stop-in place. So we'll see that all tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the morning. Good morning. Had a fine night last night, no wind, and it wasn't too cold. Definitely not down to freezing, but chilly. Starting out all bundled up, but I'm sure I'll be stripping these layers off after not too long. But woke up and noticed there definitely a smell of smoke in the air, and definitely a hazy layer of smoke obscuring stuff in the distance. So definitely a forest fire. Hopefully it's not raging out of control too big. It's, you know, I've definitely seen way worse out on the PCT. It got smoked in pretty bad out there, and it's nothing like that yet. So I think we'll be able to outrun it as we continue north. And first stop for the day is going to be the Davila Ranch, which is about 8.5 miles from here. A couple of water sources on the way. And I think we're shooting for about 20 miles total, so I don't know where exactly we're going to end up, but somewhere past that. I'm seeing plenty of fresh elk tracks on the trail as usual. The elk populations up here must be huge. Seems like they're just all over the place. I spooked a herd of elk. I think there was 8. I was trying to count them. They're stopped just right up there. I'll see if I can get closer. No, I think they're gone now. They're just on the other side of that hill. I'm gonna say that was 8. That was pretty sweet. Looks like they've been doing a little bit of road construction here. Should be the first water source for the morning. Excellent. Definitely some smoke layers out there. Again, it's not too bad, but you can smell it. That was wolf number 2. Did you see it across the road? Holy crap. I saw a wolf. I pulled the camera out, hit play, and then a second wolf just crossed in front. I think I got that on camera. 2 wolves, just a couple hundred feet ahead of me. There's the junction where I saw them. These are all the wolf tracks. Those are all wolf tracks. That's pretty cool. That's out to the west of me. Looks like the fire's definitely still burning. I should be safe of it. Moving northeast away from it. And those definitely look like old volcanoes. Seems like the whole state of New Mexico was very volcanic at some point years ago. There's a cow up here with like 4 calves, and it just reminded me of something. I met a rancher who was talking about cow behavior, and it's not that the one mother had 4 babies, it's that this is kind of like the nursemaid cow. And during the day, one cow will take ownership of all the calves, and then kind of later in the evening, all the calves will go back to the real mothers. So that's kind of unusual cow behavior. I'd never heard of that before. That was kind of cool. I've definitely noticed it a few times though. One cow with lots of calves. About 2 more miles to the Davila Ranch. It looks like this is our exit. Davila Ranch, CDT stop. I'll take a tour around a little bit of the Davila Ranch. Everyone who was here kind of last night / early morning, they've all kind of taken off, but King Tookie is here. We'll see him in just a second. Looks like a bunch of stoves you can cook stuff on. Whoa, watch your step, almost tripped. Beans and things. I don't know what the deal is as far as free or pricing. Probably have to pay for some stuff. This might be a bathroom shower house. Let's see. Bathroom. Cool. And there's Kentucky. Got a fridge. Washers, dryers. There's Wi-Fi here, passwords on the wall. Plenty of space to chill. Old cabin remnants out there. And we got water. Excellent little chill spot. I'm definitely gonna snack up and stuff and wait for Easy and Sprite. They're a little bit behind me. They were rolling out of camp late. Well, we got Easy and Sprite have rolled in. We're taking a nice long break. Using some of the facilities here. So in the fridge, there's a whole bunch of eggs. So I think it's a recommended like $35 donation if you're staying the night to pay for like shower and laundry, and eggs and potatoes and onions are all in the fridge. So you can definitely cook yourself up a little meal with the pork and beans and things like that. And I think I'm still going to be hiking out at least half the distance to Pie Town, but these guys are debating whether they might just stay here the night and then I'll catch them in town at some point tomorrow. Well, I'm all packed up, loaded up on water, heading out of the Davila Ranch, coming back to the main road junction, getting back on trail. So Easy and Sprite are going to stay the night there, and they're going to pack out super early in the morning. It's like 14 miles to Pie Town, so they're going to do that, you know, leaving at like 4 a.m. or something. I'm going to hike down at least another 8 miles or so before I start looking for a place to tent, and then drop into town in the morning, so we may all get there at the same time. And talking with both, so the main owner of the Davila Ranch, John, was there, making sure the place is in order, and chatting with him some. And we did get to confirm that the fires that we've been seeing are a controlled burn, so it's not a forest fire out of control. It is somewhat controlled and contained, so that's good. Whew, otherwise, yeah, the Davila Ranch is a good place to chill, a good stopover point. So we'll probably be moving pretty quick still. No big ups or downs to do, I don't think, today. Moving at 3 miles an hour. A few more hours of hiking. And looking for camp. Something else I was just thinking of, seeing all these private property signs. It's all cattle ranch land and stuff all the way out here. All the way to Pie Town, so you may think that tempting options are very, very few and far between and limited, but talking with the owner of the Davila Ranch, he says he knows all the ranchers out here, and they don't care that the hikers will be tenting on their property, like if you just want to pitch up off the side of the trail, like over in a patch over there. All the no trespassing signs are really for like the backcountry four-wheelers and hunters and other things like that. But they said everybody's pretty cool with the hikers just pitching up along the side of the road wherever they can find a space to tent. So that was pretty cool, so hearing that from him. I'm sitting down for a break. I'm not in any hurry at all and moving nice and quick down the road. So I've been chilling here for like an hour and maybe only going another 4 more miles or so, and then looking for some sights. Just enjoying the nice, easy day of walking. I'll be back on trail shortly. Just passing by the fur and feather animal adoption site. Sounds like there's a lot of dogs barking. There's the controlled burn is still burning. Looking backwards. Looks like they maintain a little bit of a water cache here. Just this jug, but I just checked it. It's empty. I've got enough for what I packed out of the Davila Ranch. But somewheres in the next mile or so at the most is all I'm looking to find a campsite at, so we're almost done for the day. Well, I think this is going to be camp. Found this perfect little stealth site tucked away in the trees. The road is up there some, about 200 feet or so. Didn't have to crawl through any fences. It's just a nice little spot where you can tuck away. So time to get dinner going. Well, I got dinner going. I got my noodles. Got plenty of leftover snacks. Beef jerky and these crushed up chips and stuff still. I got tons of stuff to snack on. So tomorrow we're only like 6 miles from Hightown, so we'll get up nice and early, get into there, maybe drop stuff off at the Toaster House and see if we can roll in for breakfast somewhere. There's 2 main restaurants. I think the Pioneer is the famous one, and that's going to be closed tomorrow, unfortunately. It's just their one day of the week that they're closed, and we're going to miss it. So, but there's another one that also has the word pie in its name that I can't remember what it's called, but supposedly that one's going to be open, so we'll see what we can get for food-wise in town. But plan is to just Nero in there and then pretty much spend all day in Pie Town just relaxing and chilling. I'm still trying to slow down. There's still tons of snow further up north, which is why we're going so slow and taking so many zeros. So we'll get there eventually, just enjoying the trail as it comes. So I think that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.